Is Kafka really mid? Is the mid meme real? Today, guys, we're going to be talking about all the reasons on why you might want to skip Kafka's banner, and also in a couple days from now, we're going to talk about all the reasons on why you might want to summon for Kafka. So if you're interested in that, please hit that subscribe button, but today's video is really just going to focus on some of the reasons that I could see you might want to skip on Kafka if you're still on the fence. Quick little note I want to bring up here: you can summon for who you want to summon for. Don't let me sway you in any direction if you don't want to be swayed in that direction. If you want Kafka, then pull for Kafka. If you don't want Kafka, then don't pull for Kafka. I just want to say that, get that out of the gate, because a lot of people imply that I'm just telling you what to do when I'm just trying to merely give advice on the character or unit or banner itself. So guys, let me first talk about my overall thoughts on the banner and general opinion on it. I really do think that Kafka's banner is super good if you're planning to pull for Kafka, but I only think it's good in this instance, considering the whole banner is just DOT characters. If you don't get Kafka, then it's really not good. So if you can't guarantee a Kafka, then it's just kind of okay, you know what I mean? But we will get more into that later in the video. Also, this banner does offer DOT damage, like I said before, so it is a pretty unique damage type, which I do think could help you out a lot depending on your situation of your account. I think this could open up a lot of options to you and help you clear stuff faster, but we will be talking about that and why you should be summoning for Kafka video in a couple days from now. We'll also be doing a giveaway for Kafka too, so if you want a chance to win Kafka, then more information for that will be at the end of the video, so please watch the full video to help me out. First things first, guys, let's talk about her banner. I do think her banner is really good. It is very damage oriented though, so you're not going to be getting very many supports and really anything that's going to help your account out if you're not pulling for Kafka. If you're looking for single units in this banner, I don't think it's really worth going for 4 stars in this banner, just because the banner as a whole does not really do too well. DOT doesn't really scale well on its own, and for that reason I can't really recommend you pulling for certain 4-stars on the banners. You probably shouldn't be pulling for 4 stars anyways, or like a certain 4-star anyways. It's just kind of a bad path to get down. You'll end up going through sometimes more summons to get that 4-star than it actually takes to get a 5-star, so that's just kind of down bad. So I'm going to keep this section pretty short and pretty sweet. I do think that the banner itself is really good if you're summoning on Kafka, but I also do think it could stump the progression of your account if you do pull on this banner and you don't end up getting Kafka, because then you'll have a bunch of DOT characters that really don't do too much without her. Kafka is the key to them, and they are the key to Kafka, which is going to lead us into our next point. Let's talk about Kafka herself, the investment she's going to need, Kafka skills, and everything like that. So let's go over her skills first. As far as what her skill does, guys, is she's going to be kind of acting like Serval. She's going to be targeting one main enemy and hitting adjacent enemies. Every time she hits an enemy with her skill attack, this in turn will be proccing off any DOT effect that the enemy currently has on them. This won't actually act as a turn, so it's not going to be taking that DOT away from the enemy or making them have it less time on them. This will just be activating that DOT damage at a reduced rate. Like for example, if we have bleed, shock, and also wind shear on the enemy, it'll be proccing off a certain percentage of the damage that would normally do when the enemy gets their turn right then and there, so it automatically just gives you extra damage out of the gate. Same thing with her ultimate too. It's going to be proccing off the DOT on the enemies. On top of that, also is going to be applying DOT. And then finally, her talent. Whenever an ally uses a basic attack, she will be doing a follow-up attack. This can happen once per turn and also applies a shock debuff to the enemy. And I'm sure you realize from my breakdown of her skills, everything for her relies on DOT. And the reason I'm bringing up these skills is her investment. The investment for herself, just her character, is not really that much. You really don't need that good of a build to make her work. It's what you have to build around her to make her work really well. It's kind of like the Jing Yuan situation, where Jing Yuan needs Ting Yun to work and needs a lot of other things to work. I think Kafka is going to need other DOT units by her side to work, meaning you're going to have to spend a lot more investment. That means you have to build 2 characters now instead of just 1 character, or potentially 3 characters instead of just 1, depending on what team comp you want to run. Also building these characters up to max level as well and getting max traces and everything like that, because so much of these characters DOTs rely on their actual level and scaling. Also, in terms of the break effect these characters can cause as well, a lot of your break effect damage comes from having a higher traces and higher levels and everything like that. You need to have these characters max level 80 to do the most out of these break effects. So this is also a much higher investment than you would normally have to do for any standard DPS character. I honestly think she'll be kind of washed if you're not using any extra character with DOT on the team, just because her damage really does rely heavily on proccing those DOT effects off early. So the more DOT you have on the enemies, the more damage she is going to do, which just makes overall building for her an investment for her to run on teams a lot higher. And there's really one final point that I want to bring up on Kafka as far as a reason you might want to skip. But before we talk about that, please subscribe to the channel. You guys have been great. You guys have been subscribing like crazy, and we've honestly pushed my number up of people not subscribed to the channel from 99%. Now only 95% of you guys are not subscribed. So thank you guys for the help. I really appreciate the support. That's why we're doing the giveaway for Kafka, and that's why we will be doing future giveaways. So make sure you stick around to the end of the video to get that. We'll also be doing all of our testing and summons for Kafka live on stream at twitch.tv/YouTube-can't-see-me. Everything will be in the description below. So the final thing I really want to talk about as far as reasons why you might want to skip Kafka or even just wait on summoning for Kafka are the characters coming in 1.3 and 1.4. Yes, I said 1.4. Nothing's been officially announced on 1.4, and we're not talking about leaks in this video. But as a common occurrence, this happened in 1.0 and 1.1. When the second banner rolls around, that being Jingyuan and also Luocha, we did get the characters for the next patch coming up, or the patch after the patch we knew about. So as an example of this, when Jingyuan was out, we got information on Kafka and also Blade coming to the game. When Luocha was out, we got information on Fu Xuan and also Dan Heng coming to the game. And then I can only assume that when Kafka comes out, a week later after that, we'll get information on characters coming out in 1.4. So if it's a character that you maybe want more than Kafka, it could be beneficial for you just to save just for a week, just to see what characters are coming out in 1.4, especially if you do want some of those characters coming in 1.3, which we're going to talk about now. The value of the characters in 1.3 that I can see being beneficial to most free-to-play players' accounts over Kafka. So 1.3, what are we getting? What we're getting in 1.3 is, first of all, an imaginary DPS, which we don't have any imaginary DPS in the game right now. He already looks really sick. From what we've seen, he looks like an absolute monster as far as damage goes, but we're not here to just talk about the damage because we have a damage character right here, Kafka. We also have Blade out right now. All damage characters. 2 of them being destruction. What does Danny have over the rest? It's really just that imaginary typing. That imaginary typing will really help you out in Memory of Chaos. It adds an extra vertical for you to use as far as damage goes and help you clear MOC faster. But for me personally, he's on that bottom of the things that I want to talk about in 1.3. 1.3 is also going to be having Fu Xuan and Lynx. Let's go ahead and talk about Fu Xuan first. She's going to be a 5-star quantum preservation unit. So if you're wanting to run a mono quantum team, this would be the goal. This would be the person you want to have. We won't talk about her kit or anything like that in this video. I'm not going to be going into any leaks. If you know where to look, you know where to look for leaks, but we won't be talking about it in this video. I just think a preservation character or an extra preservation account for a lot of people's accounts could really help. I know a lot of people probably don't have Japar in their account, so they're probably just using Fire MC or March 7th as their tank, and as a healer, they're probably just using Natasha. And we're getting both a preservation unit and a healer unit. And with this being said, there are multiple typings of the MC, meaning we'll probably be getting a Hunt MC soon. Just an assumption based off of the Hunt storyline we're going down right now in Honkai Star Rail. The Xianzhou Lafu's all about the Hunt, so I can assume we're getting a Hunt MC soon. So depending on who you are, you might opt in to use that Hunt MC, which means you only have one preservation unit now, which is March 7th, which you get completely for free. Fu Xuan, I think, would be a great addition to this list, just because she is a 5-star, something you can guarantee to get, unlike Japard, where the only way you can guarantee that is after 300 pulls. I think Fu Xuan will really help your account out. Now, as far as healers go, healers is an even worse story. We have Luocha, Bailu, and Natasha. 2 of those are 5 stars. One of those is a free-to-play 4-star. Now we are finally getting another 4-star healer in the game, which is Lynx, which I really think is going to power creep the hell out of Bailu. So if you're only rocking one healer, that being Natasha right now, I think this could also be a great option for you to get. Even if you have Natasha, this could also still be a great option for you to get. Like I said, not going into any leaks, but I think she just looks kind of insane. I think just overall for a free-to-play player's account, depending on what you have on your account, of course, I think that the value that 1.3 brings is more than the value that Kafka with her DOT brings. But this is me just kind of playing devil's advocate on everything that I could see on reasons why you might want to skip. If there's any more reasons on why you might want to skip Midka or Kafka, whatever you want to call her, leave it in the comment section below. But we will, like I said, be doing a video on all the reasons why you should be summoning on Kafka to kind of talk about both sides of the coin here. So guys, that's really gonna do it for today's video. Meta doesn't matter, guys. Summon for who you want to summon for at the end of the day. It's your account, it's your gacha game. You pull the waifus you want to pull. Don't let a copium YouTuber like me tell you what to do. She's cute, she's hot, and she has big booba and thick thighs. So if you're into that, then go for it. you can beat all the content in the game with her. So let's go ahead and talk about the giveaway information. Now, really simple to enter, guys. One person will be winning. All you're gonna do to enter the giveaway, guys, is you're first going to subscribe to my channel. After subscribing to the channel, we're gonna go down to the description of my video. We're gonna join the Discord. We're gonna click the Discord link here. It'll make you join my Discord. After joining the Discord, guys, thank you for all the new members that have joined the Discord, by the way. We're gonna be going to this giveaway tab right here. After going to this giveaway tab, as you can see, everyone's reacted to this message here. 121 entries as of recording. There's 8 days left. This will go out with 6 days left. And what you're gonna do is click this little thing right here. This little giveaway button here. It will automatically enter you into the giveaway. Now, as far as the rules for the giveaway, the only thing is that I will be funding everything as far as like the stellar J's that you need to get Kafka, and let me do the summons on your account for a YouTube video. I won't be using any of your resources. That was a question that was asked to me a couple times, so I just feel like I should make that be known. I'm not using any of your resources on your account. It doesn't matter if you're 180 pulls away, still have a 50-50, or if you've won the 50-50 and are 3 pulls away from pulling your Kafka. You just might want to go ahead and summon on Blade or Kafka before I actually get on your account and get you one of those. So with that being said, and my little tidbit of advice, hope everyone enjoyed today's video. Sorry this ran a little bit late. Anyways, have a good one. Bye-bye. Toodaloo.